Join me as I say these words. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. As we gather here today on this historic occasion, we stand together as proud Americans in understanding that these very rights are under attack. So we face this historic crossroads where our freedom and our future is in our hands. There's never been a more clear choice in any election in my life, and our ability to live in a truly peaceful and free and prosperous country is on the line. I love you too. And it is that love that brings us together here today, that love for freedom, that love for our country and love for each other as fellow Americans, as children of God, that compels us to take action to save our country and defend our freedom. Now, this choice that we have before us is very personal to me. I'm a lieutenant colonel in the Army Reserve. I've served now for over 21 years. I've deployed to different war zones 3 times over that period, and I've seen the cost of war. For my brothers and sisters who paid the ultimate price, I carry their memories and their sacrifice in my heart every day. So this choice that we have before us as Americans is critical. It's important to us. It's important to those of us who serve, who have volunteered to put our lives on the line for the safety, security, and freedom of our country and our people, and it's critical to all of us. Here is the choice that we have. A vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for Dick Cheney, and it's a vote for war, more war, likely World War III and nuclear war. A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for a man who wants to end wars, not start them, and who has demonstrated already that he has the courage and strength to stand up and fight for peace. A vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for open borders, where known violent criminals and Islamist terrorists are streaming across our borders, placing us at risk. A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for secure borders and safe communities, and a confidence that he will seek out those who seek to do us harm and get them out. A vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for economic hardship, high cost of living, poverty, and homelessness. And a vote for Donald Trump is a vote for economic prosperity and opportunity for every single one of us as Americans. A vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for censorship and a complete erosion of our fundamental and constitutional rights and freedoms. A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for someone who will defend freedom and every one of our God-given rights that are enshrined in the Constitution and Bill of Rights. So the choice is ours. History will look back on us at this moment for the choice that we make. Did we choose war or peace? Did we choose poverty or prosperity? Did we choose censorship or freedom? Our freedom and our future is in our hands. We have just a few days left to complete this no-fail mission that we have before us to save our country. Nothing short of our future is on the line. So now, just as we've gathered here today In this historic place and this historic time, we will gather together all across this country, people of every race, ethnicity, religion, and creed, to stand together and defend our freedom and ensure our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now is the time for us to send Donald Trump back to the White House to be the 47th President of the United States, where we can stand together and make America great again. Understand has been bombed by those U.S. B-2 bombers tonight. Also Isfahan, as well as Natanz. Natanz had another underground facility. Remember, before Fordo was built in 2006, Natanz had been the main enrichment site. It was also built underground. Israeli jets had been targeting it in the last week, but they had not been able to penetrate underground. So those U.S. B-2 bombers, which flew out of Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, they would have taken out that underground facility. Natanz is interesting. You'll remember, Brett, it was the site of the Stuxnet virus, the cyber attack on those centrifuges years ago. But again, it was back up and running. And what is surprising, I think, tonight is that the president announced that it was not one site, but 3 underground sites and sites inside Iran's nuclear program that were struck by the U.S. Air Force tonight.
Yeah, and it is something. We'll go back to that Truth Social and eventually Control Room, if we can put it up there just so that everybody can see it on the screen. The fact that first of all, this announcement comes from Truth Social. This is a president who has put out a lot of announcements, big announcements through Truth Social, and this is the biggest of them, probably his biggest decision. The very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites, as you said, Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan, getting very specific there. And the payload, he says a full payload of bombs dropped on the primary site, Fordo. That suggests, Jennifer, as we had been saying for many days, that they may have made several passes at Fordo, considering that the experts were saying that just one probably wouldn't have gotten to the heart.
What it do, YouTube? Is Coffee on the vid, tapping back in, and you hear all that going back in time into present day, right? On the road to the election, the speech there, a vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for World War III. You see the big discussion going online right now in the blogosphere, right? Some individuals have taken that, and the announcement of the airstrikes, said to be successful airstrikes in Iran, and saying, hey, this aged like milk. There was a lot of other stuff in there about the borders and other things like that, censorship and freedom and such. And, here we are now. What month is this? June. The 21st of June, that is. And with this announcement of the airstrikes and everything going on, people are looking at this and saying, are we on the verge of World War III, or is this unnecessary evil, something that has to be done for the greater good? So I kind of wanted to hear from everyone out there, your thoughts and feelings viewing that speech, and then where we're at now. And, let's just kind of discuss it in the comments. You see a spectrum of different reactions out from the blogosphere. Like I said, the original, this aged like milk in the sun, and that was a vote for Kamala Harris, is a vote for Dick Cheney, and it's a vote for war, more war, likely World War III and nuclear war. Although in regards to what's going on over there, a lot of stuff that we've seen from the president has been like about nuclear weapons over there, and that they cannot have one. It kind of felt like going back to like Desert Storm times when I was a kid, in a sense, some of the stuff that we were seeing in the news, right? Someone says she would not, in regards to Kamala Harris, right, she would have not waited, or I'm sorry, she would have waited till we actually were struck first. So this person saying like Trump did what needed to be done, went on the offense, right? Then it's wild how much they all lied to themselves this whole time. So some people, seeing this as like the political campaign stuff. Like, people are just saying whatever. Personally, when it comes to politics, I always put it out there, man. I'm not the most political guy, but there's a lot going on right now. But I personally just don't really trust politicians. You know what I'm saying? Someone says you're all the same fuckface, right? Like, I guess that kind of seconds what I was saying, in a sense, like with these politicians. You know what I mean? Someone says no war doesn't mean the use of the U.S. military. Sometimes surgical use of our military can prevent war. So there's someone saying what I was saying, about a lot of people looking at this as a necessary evil. This person went as far as saying surgical, strategical action by the president. Someone says, we knew it would. The problem is that they're all shameless grifters who genuinely don't give a ish about anything. So another vote for politicians are all on some bullshit. The huge irony, she will be gone by month's end. LOL. They haven't to get rid of her since she told Congress in March that Iran had no nuclear weaponry. So someone pointing out this individual speaking on Trump's behalf is now at odds with him. Age like the filter Gabbard used to cover the pock marks. Of course, when she got her gig from Trump, she abandoned the filter. You must like milk that has been in the sun. She's awesome. Kamala would have already spent $1 trillion on Ukraine and bombed Iran before the GOAT days, and all would have slobbered praise of her. Quit pretending, and we are by no means at war. So another person saying Trump did far better than, in their opinion, what Kamala would have did, and this is not war. And in my opinion, that's kind of going to be the main question when you break this all down is, this isn't war, it's an airstrike, but what will come from this? Will there be war in the aftermath of all this, or were these just preventative, surgical, strategical moves / necessary evils? And then you see a few more comments saying like this ain't war once again, that this ended it all because Iran won't have the capacity to fight with us, but that this will be it. It's a wrap. And that individuals are going to use this, making it sound like World War III started. That's the other thing with all this political stuff, right? Like I say, I don't really trust politicians, but I often speak about how I hate the division amongst people, like that really fall into this stuff, like people rooting for their favorite sports teams with a rivalry 1,000 times, 100,000 times as intense as the Yankees and the Red Sox, you know what I mean? Where people are flat out hating each other and family members start speaking and stuff like that based on these political backings, things I've spoke on before. But that's going to do it for this one, man. Join the discussion in the comments from the road to the election to current day, the World War III discussions and debates and the airstrikes. Hit the comments with it all. Sub up to the channel over here on J Coffee Talk, where we talk it up on the news and much more. Thanks for watching.